Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited because I was on my porch having some coffee and my wonderful mail person came with a package, and I'm excited because it also came from pretty far away. It came from China, and it was sent to me by a company called QCRYP, and I'll try to put the link in the video description in case you like this enough that you might want to purchase it yourself. And because there are a lot of different sellers that sell hand pans, tongue pans, all of that. So this company was very kind to send this to me because they were very happy with this unboxing I did of this kind of hybrid tongue drum from a couple weeks ago. So they asked if I would like to try a different one. And I said, sure, because I love music and I love sharing it with you. So this came today, packaged pretty well, and probably speed up the video because it looks like I have to get through a bunch of tape, with the scissor. So let me get going with it. And I had trigger thumb. I didn't have the surgery. I had a cortisone shot in this thumb. So I'll probably be using the mallets more than the hands, but so it's a little hard. So I'll speed this up. I can see it's double wrapped here, which is nice to see. Let me tell you, you really need your thumbs. And by the way, I'm not having the surgery on this thumb because it started to feel better. So the doctor and I discussed today postponing it. Ooh. It's got the same bag. I really like that bag. It's not a hard plasticky or nylon bag that generally comes with a lot of these. It's a cloth one, but I think it's got enough protection that it's kind of cool. I like the look of it, aesthetically pleasing. All right. You're gonna love this color because I had a choice of colors, which was a really hard decision because there are so many pretty colors. Wait till you see this one. I wanted something happy. So here's this case. It's made by Hard Case Technologies. Got a little rubber here, that's the bottom. And it's got backpack straps, which I love. I already took the other drum to the park. So it's very nice to have the backpack straps. And this nice handle has a little snap, okay? But oh, wow. Oh, how nice. Look at this. I never got this before. I have to stop this for a second. Look at this book. I've gotten the little thin books that kind of have this coloring to it, but not an actual hardcover book. How cool. It's mostly in Chinese, but the nice part about music is it doesn't matter what language it's in. And the numbers are standard here. Well, they put them in, I guess, what numbers are, but in numbers. It's not in any kind of, and the words are in Chinese, but the numbers can be utilized. I would love to know what songs these are. So maybe a suggestion, I don't know if they'd be able to do it, is to give us some kind of translation or maybe possibly put this in English, because there's a lot of music in this book. And this doesn't look like it's cheap to make, you know? So you get a lot of music, but you're gonna just be surprised what it sounds like. So that's the only downside, but that's really nice of them to include it. It says cool music. And these would be for any of the tongue pans that are in a diatonic scale, like do, re, mi. So if you get a tongue drum that has C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and keeps repeating, you could use the numbers. And C would be 1. If you got a tongue drum and it happened to be in a different key, like D, doesn't matter. D is the 1. And you just go D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, and it keeps repeating. And they take that into consideration, the sharps that you need for the other keys. But the key of C major or A minor doesn't have any sharps or flats. All right, let's put this away. Let's get this back over here. Okay. This is a bag of goodies. Yes! It's Hluru. You just never know because a lot of times it doesn't say. I don't know why. So you get 2 nice heavy-duty mallets with the rubber tips. I don't know what these are for. I can never, for the life of me, get them on the mallet sticks. I think they're supposed to be like for cushion comfort. I struggled and finally gave up. So that's a little tough for me. But I think I've seen videos where people have actually done it. You get the numbers, 2 sets of them, because sometimes they do wear off. Okay. Actually, it's like, well, I guess maybe 4 sets because you have 2 in the black and 2 in more like the clear or the white. So that's nice to have. You get a mallet holder. See it, but apparently you're supposed to put them like that. I was putting it like this, and that worked too. To each his own, as my late father would say. And then it just says cool music, but it's got the Hluru certificate, and that's important. And this is that little kind of like, I don't really know what it's for, honestly. If anybody knows what this is for, I would love to know. I thought maybe it was to dampen it because it's got like that little, it's almost like you would put on a snare drum. That's my thinking. So if anybody knows, let me know. So I will just keep these, you know, in the case just to have it. I don't know. I just like to know that it's a Hluru because I think they've made some really quality tongue drums. And trust me, I've played some that really sound what I call tanky, or they're out of pitch, and it just doesn't make the experience tranquil and pleasant, which is, I think, why a lot of people like tongue drums, because they're so mellow. And in this day and age, especially with COVID and the pandemic, we all need to feel soothed. I mean, I do. So getting back to the case here, so you could put the 2 mallets, I shouldn't have put that away. You could put the 2 mallets right in here, okay? I'll take them back out once we take the drum out. Dun, 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 dun. Wait till you see this color. I mean, if you see the thumbnail of the video, you probably will see it already, but I don't know any way around that unless I just show this and let you wonder. Yes. You ready? How cool is that? Look at this color. It's in the key of D. That's neat. So when I was telling you before that your 1 is a C, if it was in the key of C, this one is a D. And this one would have your C sharp and your F sharp. Not that you even need to worry about it because it will all sound perfect as long as you play it in order. It's the diatonic scale of D major. Oh my goodness. There it is. Wow. And it says Hluru also on this little sticker. All right. Oh, I love this. I'm going to bring it up so you could see. It's kind of like got a different kind of sheen to it than the other one. It's not shiny, but it's got like a texture, I should say. Oh, my thumb. Hopefully this cortisone shot will start kicking in and I'll feel better. You see that little texture? And right there it says D, and you could take the rubber stopper off for kind of like a different sound, or if you wanted, maybe, I'm not sure if this magnets would work on this. It depends on the material, you know, that they make the drum out of. Some the magnets work and some they don't. Okay, and I think that means Hluru. That's what I think. Because I have definitely seen that on the other drums that I bought, that I was sure it was a Hluru. At first I wasn't, I didn't even know about it. And then the first one came a small Akebono in A. It's about, I think, 10 inches with only like 6 or 8 tones. And it's in that key that I love, A Akebono. And embedded on the bottom it said Hluru. Actually, I'll show you this one. This is another one, it says Hluru drums, see? So I think they're the premier tongue drum makers in China. I'm sure there are others, but this is what I know. Okay, so it's got a little ornamentation with this. It's not the drum, it's this thumb. Anyway, hopefully the next time I make a video, I'll be in no pain with this thumb. So this is just a little bit of knots that they put for ornamentation and decoration on this rope. And, you know, there are plastic coverings on the numbers, clear plastic. I won't take them off for the sake of time, but I would remove them. You don't want anything to dampen or dull the sound. And, you know, plastic is, you know, is non-porous, so you want that off. It's the minimal possible. So I would take the plastic off. Some people take the numbers, but I don't mind the numbers. It kind of helps you see where you are. Let's start from the beginning and then you'll see. Okay, so I'll start with 1, which is actually D. So we have 1, D, that's E. So D, E, that's 1, 2. F sharp, ooh, that's very nice. D, E, F sharp, that's 3. And then we need the 4. So let's try that again. G, A, that's 5. B, that's 6. 7 should be C sharp. 7, C sharp. And then back to 1. D, that's the next octave, D, and then 2. For some reason, I've always noticed the 2s and the 3s when you get to the higher octaves are a little harder to make it sound pretty at first. And sometimes, I don't know why, but maybe the more you play it and get used to it, it seems to fall into place. So I'm going to use the mallet to try to get that. So where were we? We were D, that was the, ooh. That's the higher D, so the next octave, D, E, and oh, there are sweet spots, so you have to find the sweet spot, and also that plastic could be doing it too that I told you about. Oh, that's pretty good. That's E, and then the 3 should be F sharp again. Woo, I didn't have to hit that one that hard. So you have to kind of judge it. That was very sweet. Look at that. That one you don't have to whack. This one, I want to hit it a little bit over here, but it's got the plastic, so maybe later. So this one I would hit below it, below the number. Sweet spot, okay? That's it. It's amazing. So this is F sharp, okay? This is E, and this is D. So D, E, F sharp. Now, I don't know if you noticed, we didn't play these larger ones. So I started with here, 1, where is it? 2. 1, 2, 3. And then we went to the 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3. So we did not play some of these other notes. And that's because it's the octave below it, okay? So what do we have? So this one here, we use that. 1, 2, 3. So the 4, it starts with this one. We did not use this 4, and we didn't use this 3 actually. That's lower than 4. So this is F sharp. So it actually, the lowest note on here is an F sharp. F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp. So you actually have quite a bit of notes at your disposal. Okay, you have three tones or more on the lower end, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7. You actually have 5 notes below that first D, which is the full D, that you could start with D and go to D again. So you have 5 notes below it, and then you have 3 notes above it. So you have 15 notes on here. All right, so you have 15 notes on this drum. And to break it down one more time, you have 5 notes below the octave, 1 octave lower. Then you have all the notes for one whole scale of D major and then 3 above that scale. It all works. It's all part of the same scale because it's a circle. It just keeps going around and around. You start from 1D and keep going as high as you can, okay? And that's how this one works. It doesn't start with D, it starts with F sharp. So it starts kind of in the middle of the scale. So you have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, then A. That's it, D, E, F sharp. This one stops at F sharp. So it stops on F sharp and it starts on F sharp. That's cool because that's actually a mode. And Molly mentioned that in her channel, Musical Molly, about modes and that they're just really derivatives and parts of scales, types of scales. So every scale, actually the major scale is a mode. It's called Ionian. So that's one of the modes. And there's, I think, 7 different modes. And they go Ionian, which is the major, then Dorian, I forget the next one, then Phrygian. I think this one, this is the 3. So 1, 2, 3. I don't know what the 3 is. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll put it on the screen if I look it up. So this one actually starts on one of the modes because a mode is just starting a scale in a different place. So this is the D major scale, but we're starting it on F sharp. That's cool. You don't need to know any of this to enjoy this drum. So that's just for, like, I'll put a little warning, music theory geeks or something. Okay, so let me just play a little bit with the mallets and then I'll play a little bit with the hands, even though my thumb is a little bit out of commission. Hopefully you could still hear the sound of it. So here we go. Got a lot of nice sustain. You can, like, feel the vibrations. It just feels so mellow. I'm gonna try with my hands. I find if you want to use this for like a therapy, relaxation, I would use the mallets. That's what I've done when I've played for people who kind of need to feel relaxed, or sadly when my dad was passing away, I played a tongue drum, tongue pan, and I use the mallets. It's not as abrasive as the fingers. Also, when you do play with the hands, a good rule of thumb is to take your rings off and any jewelry that's going to affect, you know, like you don't want to hit it with any of the jewelry. Now, I can't take this one off. Wait, maybe I can take the pinky one off. All right, so here we go. Another rule of thumb, try to play this. When you touch the tones, try to think of a hot plate that you really don't want to touch, a hot plate or a hot stove. It's a quick little flick and you'll get the best sound from it. So it won't dampen the sound. You can hit more notes then. So parts of chords, dyads. It's like 2 notes of the triad, which is usually a chord. chord is a triad. Sometimes it's nice just to play the higher octaves. Or the lower ones. And intersperse maybe one or two of the higher ones. You know, some flavor. Or the same with the lower tones. Play mostly the higher tones rather, and then just throw a lower tone in there, like maybe one lower tone. Another lower tone. And of course mixing them up. So there you have it, beautiful purple tongue drum made by Hluru, sounds good to me. What do you think? It's all about what reaches into your heart. Have a nice day, everybody. Be well. Take care. Thanks for watching.